Next year for Sonic is looking different. Hey, what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, for guys another video. In this video today, we are back again, only like a few videos later, back talking about 2024 for Sonic the Hedgehog, and specifically the game part of things, which is honestly really surprising to me, because only a little bit ago, we only knew a few things we were getting next year, and it was mainly alternative media outside of video games, such as obviously the Sonic movie 3, and a few new TV shows dropping, but we were really uncertain about the game front, but then we heard about a 2024 Sonic game that was coming through a leaked document, and we've since got some more info on that through leaks through Zippo, and that's cool, that's really exciting, and I think that's what everybody is the most excited for. But we now know, now for a fact this is coming from Sega themselves, that multiple new Sonic the Hedgehog games, specifically for mobile devices, are in the works. Let's talk about it. Where is this coming from? What's going on? Well, we have this new post that I got this notification from Tails channel, where it's pretty simple and straightforward to the point. They say, new Sega Sammy management meeting document lists several new Sonic titles for mobile. And right here you can see the photo that was listed below, and I'm assuming some kind of document or presentation or something that they had. I like how it says expansion of Sega IPs, and they show like a few other characters, but it just says several new Sonic titles for mobile are under development, which is pretty Sega of them, but hey, this is a Sonic channel, so we're not complaining here. This is really interesting because let's go back, let's fast forward a few months to that document that I was talking about, where we had this right here, this slate for 2024 Sonic, and it says Knuckles TV show Q1, we know about that. Sonic Prime Season 3 Q1, that release date is already actually confirmed, and we've had trailers and stuff for it, so that's really cool. That's on the way, we know that's happening. And then right under that, it says new mobile game Spring. Now when Sonic Dream Team was announced last month in November, we were like, okay, so maybe they just pushed up the release date of that. Okay, fine, cool. But what we might not have taken into account is that maybe Sonic Dream Team wasn't that mobile game. Maybe they just left it off of the list of their 2023 slate of projects, or you never know, maybe that is, but we are getting another one as well. And then the rest of the bubble continues with Tales 2 Quarterly, Sonic Superstars DLC, which we know a little bit about now, with potentially a Shadow costume coming to the game. And then New Game Prologue, New Game Holiday, and then Sonic Movie 3. Regardless of if this specific quote was addressing Dream Team or not, it seems that with several new mobile games being in the works, that another one could be coming. Now, the biggest question obviously is, what is that going to be? I'm assuming this is going to be from Hardlight. They have just knocked it out of the park with Dream Team, so I'm sure they have a lot of stuff that Sega is giving them to work on, really revamping the Sonic mobile game market, because it's been not only a little dry for a bit with them releasing the least amount of mobile games that they ever have this decade so far, which for good reason. If we could get stuff like Dream Team more consistently on mobile, then I'm completely fine with that. But if this is supposedly going to come out in the spring, if we're going to believe that this line right here is not Dream Team in a new game, what could it be? I don't think it's going to be anything on the level of Dream Team. I don't think it's going to be an Apple Arcade exclusive. I think that was just for Dream Team, and maybe if there's a Dream Team 2, it will be Apple Arcade exclusive as well, but I don't think like every Sonic mobile game by Hardlight's going to be just on Apple. I wouldn't worry about that. But what could it be? Well, there's been some discussion, some rumors, some just like little things popping up about a potential Sonic Dash sequel coming. Whether or not we actually do get a Sonic Dash sequel or not, we'll have to wait and see. In what form that may be, I have no clue. I think Force's Speed Battle was the natural progression for Dash, a more online competitive version of that game. Whether this will be an endless runner or not, I have no clue. That kind of mobile game trend has fizzled out since the early 2010s, and Sonic Dash is incredibly successful at that, and they've been updating that game pretty consistently to keep it fresh and have new players coming in and stuff, and I really liked Sonic Dash. I haven't played it in a while, but I think it's a solid mobile game. I honestly think a new 2D title could be in the works for mobile. Not only we're getting Sonic Mania Plus on like Netflix games, which is interesting, but the 2D space for Sonic on mobile is really lacking. The only really option that you have now is Sonic Runner's Adventure, which I think you have to pay for, and not only is it not that great, it's developed by Gameloft, not Hardlight. Hardlight honestly deserves a crack at 2D. I'm willing to give Hardlight whatever they want to work on for new Sonic games, no matter what format it is. They've proven that they can do the Endless Runner, the competitive multiplayer game. And now an entire 3D title? If they can do an entire 3D title, I think they could do a 2D title. I know some fans might be sick of 2D, especially after Origins has been getting multiple releases for the past few years, and now Superstars just came out. But like I said, when it comes to mobile, there isn't a lot of 2D options on there. But we haven't heard too much from Hardlight, whether it comes from job listings or what, about a new Sonic game being in the works for them. We learned about Dream Team initially from job listings stating, hey, we're working on a new 3D ambitious story-driven Sonic game for mobile. That's how we knew that that was in the works since like last year, I believe. But we've heard really nothing out of them since. Maybe they've acquired enough of a team to where they're able to work on some new stuff. Maybe they've been working on this new Sonic mobile game for a while. I do think it would be a pretty fast turnaround for a new Sonic mobile game from like just releasing now in December and then dropping another one in spring of next year. But if you make it different enough, I think that's completely fine. Like I mentioned, next year it's really front heavy and then back end heavy. There's not a whole lot of stuff in the middle, so I think if you can drop a mobile game in like the springtime / summertime, I think that'd be great. With 2 TV shows releasing really early on into 2024, and then the end of 2024 having a brand new game, and then a movie, that's back end heavy. You need some stuff to like space out in the middle of that, kind of like what we had this year with multiple updates coming to Frontiers, getting season 2 of Sonic Prime during the summer. That kind of kept us fed and gave us some new material and new stuff to consume while we waited for the year end. We know that it's going to be pretty back heavy, and we're going to get some news and a lot of stuff to keep us active and engaged during that time when it comes to the new Sonic game and then the new Sonic movie. But if they can give us some little cool projects like a new mobile game, I think that'd be amazing. Like I said, Sonic is pretty saturated on mobile. There are a lot of options on there, and with stuff like I mentioned with Sonic Mania Plus coming to Netflix games and everything like that, there's so many different things coming. There's so many different options, but it seems like they really want to keep expanding Sonic on mobile devices. But like we mentioned with that back end, we have that new Sonic game, that 2024 title that is going to be much larger than a mobile release. Not as big as something like Frontiers, but definitely something along the scale of Generations and Colors and Forces, supposedly. That is going to be the game that properly feeds us next year, and that gives us a lot of content and stuff to talk about and enjoy. Hopefully enjoy if the game is good. There's still a lot of mystery around that title, but I think it's all but confirmed at this point that we will be receiving that towards the tail end of next year. I'm really excited for that. I think that's what we're almost excited for, and the mobile game will be kind of like a, oh, that's nice, kind of like how Sonic Dream Team was. It wasn't this big, massive release that was like, oh my god, I'm so hyped for this thing. But it was definitely something for us to talk about and have some dialogue about on the Sonic community, and that's been great. If they're able to give us something else, regardless of the size and scale of it, I'm really happy about that, and I think that's great to have multiple Sonic releases, regardless of the platform, in 2024. We are going to be absolutely fed this year. I really do think that like one more smaller title was needed to really flesh out next year, and knowing that we not only have one new Sonic mobile game in development, but several, is really exciting stuff. This is amazing news. I'm really excited. So this is where I pass off to you guys and ask, what do you think? What do you think about there being several new Sonic mobile games in development, and what do you think they could be? But not just that, what do you want them to be? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links, my Twitter and Instagram in the description below. You can follow those messages on my life feature and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the #1 destination on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. This year is wrapping up. 2024 is almost here, where we'll be getting this said new Sonic mobile game, along with a bunch of the other stuff that we mentioned in this video. So stay tuned. This is the #1 spot for all of it. I love all you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Wonder what you want right now, wonder what you want right now. Used to be body by, used to be body by.